Now coming up is the biggest troll of a skip, maybe in video game history. So I'm going to suggest that you make a save here. I'm going to make a save here just for the purposes of the walkthrough. So once you get off the train, you're going to come here, and I didn't actually do it that time, but you're going to jump. It's weird, he's not jumping when I want him to. Basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to jump from the top of, there you go, that's the jump you're looking for. You're trying to jump there because if you walk down the stairs, for some reason I tend to take damage. And maybe that's just me. But you normally don't want to take damage. So we're just going to be coming up the street, going into the park here. Now this this skip coming up, you only have
Let's get some food.
one shot at it, basically. I'm going over here just so I can get a save. But yeah, pretty much. I don't know if we can even see them from here. There's a dog catcher and a dog over there. I'll get close enough so you can see them, but I don't want to get too close. Alright, so you see dog catcher and the dog. Once you get close enough to them, it starts another one of those little chase sequences. And during that chase sequence, you have to run around the dog, and you have to jump past the dog catcher through that gate there. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some food here. And this is a dog house, and this is where you save the game. So you have to jump past the dog catcher to get into the next area of the game. And the window of opportunity for it is honestly pretty substantial. Like, it's really not that hard of a trick, is the thing. It's just that it's late in the game and nerves can really get to you. So if you mess this up, then you either have to load a save, assuming you saved where I just did, or you have to start the entire run over. And if I mess it up, I'll show you why. If I don't mess it up, I'll just explain why. So you get this little cutscene where he says that you're a stray mutt and they want to catch you. So as soon as this starts, you're going to want to run off to the right, go into first person, kind of come from the right. Now I did that pretty fast, but the basic idea is that you're running to the right, and you're, another cutscene skip here, you're running to the right, going into first person because I think it's easier. You can do it in third person, but I find it easier in first. And then you have to run kind of at an angle through those gates, and once you get to a certain distance, then you just jump. And honestly, that's just something you kind of have to feel out. So here is a little key puzzle. The fastest way to do this, I'm actually going to do it both ways. I'll show you the easy way first. Easy way is you grab that first key up there, unlock this gate here. Okay, so I've already been caught, but it allows me to show it off better, I suppose.
What was that all about?
Okay,
I have a very bad feeling.
so we're going to be coming up the hill again. You're getting this first key right here. And you want to be moving pretty much at all times. I always slow down as I'm coming close to a key because it's easier to pick it up that way. So that's the gate you're trying to open right there. Then you come up this hill. By now you should be leaving the dog pretty far behind. The key is going to be right here at the foot of the house. So you grab that.
Let's do it.
Come around this tree, kind of angle yourself this way. Then we're going to come down the hill. Pretty much we're just getting every key one by one. Running in here. Now the thing is, if you do this fast enough, then the dog catcher is usually right around here. So you might have to like wait a second, or just be kind of careful when you get there, because the dog catcher can end your run if you're not careful. So now we're going to come up the left side. The final key is right here. Pick it up.
The tension is getting to me.
Avoid the dog. Can just kind of swivel to avoid him. Bring it back around here. Normally the dog catcher himself is just going to get stuck on the back of the fence right there, so you don't have to worry about him. I'm going to go ahead and get caught here. The gate you're looking for is just that one on the left bottom corner there. So you'd unlock that and the sequence would end. Now I'm going to show you the more difficult way, but it is faster.
Is this an out-of-dog experience?
After you've seen this little thing with the dogs in the cages for the first time, you can skip it just the same way you'd normally skip a cutscene. So we're going for the key. Now as you come up here, you're actually going to throw the key over the fence. And then we're going to come up here. Grab the second key. We're going to jump down the normal way. Except we're not going to go to the right, we're going to come down this way. And find a good spot, and then throw that over the fence. Grab the third key, and then we're just going to hold on to this one. So the reason this is trickier is because, especially once you get inside here, then the dog is normally pretty close to you. So you already have that, so you unlock that. Second key right here, you pick it up. Unlock that gate. Third key's right here. Avoid the dog, he's getting pretty darn close for comfort. And, oh, I got caught. That sucks. So that's why it's more difficult this way.
I have a very bad feeling
Obviously,
about this.
but so once again, you just throw the key over the fence. Going up the hill now. Grab the key. Hop down. You don't have to actually jump there, he'll jump by himself. So as we're coming this way, just throw the key over. That wasn't the best throw, but oh well. Carry this key. I should also mention that if you mess up this area, like if you get caught, then you'll start in a different place than where you would start if you were coming into the area for the first time. So you've probably seen that I've been starting kind of at the bottom of this little hill here. You son of a bitch. Alright, so I got that. And like the dog and the dog catcher, if you mess up, then they will start in the last position that they were when you got caught. So if you mess up, it honestly becomes more difficult to do it in subsequent attempts. So it's pretty good to try and get it the first time. So sometimes, if you do it the fast way, then sometimes you'll come out of that little key puzzle in good condition. If you do it the slower way, then normally you will be in bad condition. So normally you just want to jump up here, grab a bone.
Life is good.
You'll get this dialogue box,
I
but
have a very bad feeling
you'll be
about
moving
this.
faster, so it's a good trade-off. If you're in decent or good condition, then you can just go ahead and run up the hill without worrying about that bone. Now I'm going to save here, and if you're new to the game, it might be a good idea to save here. Because this next jump is, once again, not too bad, but if you mess it up, then you can actually push the dog out of the way, and you might push him too far so that it'll change where his trigger is. So pretty much what we're trying to do is just jump right over him and into that door. Now if you jump over him but not far enough, then Jake will have to walk back, and if he walks into the dog's back, then he'll start to actually move him, and when the dog moves, his trigger moves with him. So if you move him like halfway down the stairs, normally he'll bark at you like close to where that bottom stair is, but if he's in the middle of the stairs, then he might bark right about where I am now. So there are a couple of ways to do this. Normally it's best to aim for the right side of the door, so if you're new, probably the best way to do it is by going into smell-o-vision and run up at an angle sort of like this, and when your nose lines up with the bottom, jump, but you have to be running in order to get it. So we'll see if I get this. Yeah. So that's probably the best way to do it for a beginner. You can also do it by just kind of feeling it out and jumping in third person. Third person, I think, gives you a farther jump, so you're more likely to get it, but it's also harder because you don't know where the trigger is for him to bark unless you have a good sense of it. So now we're in the big machine, and what we're going to go for here, is there food in this trash can? I've never actually... Nope. So don't bother knocking over that trash can. So you want to come over here, jump on this box, and press this button. And now things are going to get pretty hectic. I'll try to explain it as fast as I can, but this conveyor belt is always moving, so I might not be able to explain everything as well as I would like to.
Daisy! She can't hear me.
Basically, we're going to be pressing a lot of buttons, pulling a lot of levers, and moving during cutscenes. Which probably sounds trickier than it really is. So you come here, you press this button, and that's going to stop that. So you come up here, come around, we're going to go down here, and press this button. Now if you're good, then you can move around during these little cutscenes. Like you can see I'm moving around back there. And it just saves time because you're not waiting. So here's a lever, you grab that, you go off to the right and down to come up this little ramp. And if you hold down, you'll end up somewhere about here. Get that, you can actually jump up here during that cutscene, which saves time. You just stand still and jump a certain distance away. You press that next button. I know this is happening very fast, but I always slow down when I come to that ramp. If you don't slow down, then sometimes Jake will just kind of do a crazy jump off. So press this button, and then walk kind of in a northeasterly direction to come up here, and that's pretty much all of the buttons you have to press. So if you're confused about anything, then you might just want to go back and watch this segment again, see where I'm moving during the cutscenes, and make sure you're hitting all of the things. So once you come here, you have to grab a wrench, and then what I do is I walk towards the machine and hold circle, and then I make a little circle so that I can grab the next wrench. So basically what you're doing is you come down here, grab a wrench, throw it, come in a circle, grab another wrench, and once you throw 3 in, then you're done. And that's the end of the game. And the place you call time is when that machine kind of jumps up a little bit after you blow it up. You'll see, there's like a little cutscene. Yeah. There's that little cutscene that played where it kind of shakes a little bit and then it jumps up. When it jumps, that's where you hit time. So then you have your ending cutscene, and this can be skipped, but it's kind of funny to watch. So yeah, that's pretty much how the game works. It's pretty short. it definitely took a lot longer for this guide because I was trying to walk through everything.
Miss Peaches,
But
cat food.
yeah, so as you can see, there are a lot of places that are pretty frustrating if you mess them up, which is why it's kind of a painful run to try and like do in a competitive sense, like getting world record or anything, because you really just have to do it over and over and over again until you pretty much just get lucky.
Is cat food.
Yeah, so the ending cutscene is pretty messed up. But yeah, like I said, I think this would be a fun game for races if more people got involved. This next cutscene is always fun to watch
Well, that's it, I
because
guess. The story of a
Jake
dog's
shows
life.
you
My
all
old
of the
friends all threw
characters
me a
that you
swell
don't
homecoming
actually
party
see in
back
the game.
Clarksville. Gramps wrote a book while I was gone.
Like him.
The story
We
of
don't
his
see
life,
him
but the lawyers say
at
he
all.
has to change the title. My old guitar playing buddy finally made it
Never
big
see
with a
him
smash hit
either.
record, which I guess you probably own.
These two
Wayne-
guys you
Wayne
used to
opened a
have to see
hypoallergenic dog
because
grooming parlor.
we used to have to
Now
watch
that
the
Wayne's
cutscenes
allergies
at the end
gone,
of every
he
map,
wants nothing
but
better than to hang
now that
around
we have the
with his
cutscene
dogs
skip,
and
we
pals
don't
and
even
have a
see them in
great
the game.
time. And as for me and Daisy,
And Daisy is the only character that you actually
yes.
see in the game,
Now she is mine.
aside from Jake
See
and
ya
Miss
next
Peaches. And unskippable credits. So I'm just gonna call an end there.